The Diary of a CEO guy saying that 3 glasses of wine ruined 3 days of his life.
What if we aren't just supposed to be constantly optimizing ourselves?
Their life is work. They don't have a life outside of work.
Why would you have a main focus and study that hustle culture is bad for Black people?
It's not the way to do it. It's doing the end. It's just not worth it.
I think young men need to know that, hey, it's okay for you to sit down and to read and have a cigar.
They sold hustle culture like it's freedom. Wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Outwork everybody. Sleep when you're dead. Money over everything. And for some people, that worked. But for a lot of folks, hustle culture did not free them. No. Hustle culture just rebuilt the cage. Because now, the prison is not your job. The prison is your identity. You don't work hard because you have a vision. You work hard because you don't know who you are when you stop. But here's where we have to be very careful with this, because telling broke people not to hustle is dangerous too. So this conversation is not about being lazy. This is about asking one very simple question. Are you hustling to become free, or are you hustling because the machine taught you to measure your soul and productivity?
Diary of a CEO guy saying that 3 glasses of wine ruined 3 days of his life really illustrates hustle culture and the fact that people participating in it have no idea how to have fun with their lives. They're not experiencing life. They're treating money as the end-all be-all, and they do nothing else. There's no pursuit of happiness there, only the pursuit of money. Could money buy you happiness? Yeah, it can solve a lot of problems, and I think it could definitely get you into a position to make your life a lot better and happier. However, it's not in the top 3 things that you need in your life. Play the importance game, okay? What do you think is more important, health or money? Would you rather be a billionaire but lose all your limbs, or have cancer, or have some, debilitating disease? No, you'd rather have your health. Okay, so health is more important than money. Would you rather have $1 billion, but you're gonna die tomorrow? Okay, no, because the $1 billion is useless. Okay, so time is now more important than money. So we're already at 2 things more important than money. Would you rather be a billionaire, but you have no one that you can ever talk to again, no one you can call a friend, no one you can interact with, enjoy, like you would just be in complete isolation forever? Probably not, if you're not insane. So relationships are already more important than money. So that's 3. Right? and the list can keep going. So money is up there, but it's certainly not in the top, 4 experiences that you need to have a life worth living. It's all fine and well to pursue something, if that thing is money, then it's still all fine and well, but you have to live along the way. Now, if you want to lock in and do super hustle culture for 3 months, 6 months, by all means do it. Right? That could and probably will genuinely change your life for the better. But it's important to remember moderation, right? People like that, they're doing hustle culture full-time their entire lives. They're not taking any breaks. This is the content that they put out, so their life revolves around it. And it's important to not let your life revolve around it. Moderation is key.
Now that is the part right there that people need to hear without getting defensive. Money matters. Let's not play fake spiritual games like money does not matter. Money can remove pressure. Money can give you options. Money can help your family. Money can put distance between you and survival mode. But money is not the highest thing, because what good is money if your body is breaking down? What good is money if your children don't even know you? What good is money if your relationships are dead? Your nervous system is fried, and the only thing you can feel is the next goalpost. You see, this is where hustle culture becomes a religion. Money becomes the god. The grind becomes the prayer. Exhaustion becomes proof that you're worthy. And rest starts feeling like sin. That's not discipline. That's programming. The goal is not to be poor. The goal is not to be lazy. The goal is to own money without letting money own you.
What if we aren't just supposed to be constantly optimizing ourselves and constantly trying to find ways to make ourselves and our lives better? I think that's really just capitalism and corporate culture being shoved down our throats, because that's what you do all day at your corporate job. Everybody's just talking about how can we do better, how can we optimize, how can we make this even better than it was before. Meanwhile, you were already successful, and there's just no time taken to celebrate that and enjoy it and just be happy that you did something really cool and things are good. It's just, what can we do better? Constantly optimizing everything. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I just want to enjoy my life. Goddamn.
That word right there, optimize. That's the trap. Because now people don't even live anymore. They optimize. Optimize your morning. Optimize your sleep, your food. Optimize your mindset, your content, your body, your personality. But nobody stops and asks, optimize for what? For who? For what system? You see, a lot of people think they're becoming better versions of themselves, but really, they're becoming more efficient servants to a machine they never question, and that's the illusion. You can be improving and still be asleep. You can be productive and still be lost. You can have the perfect routine and still have no soul in it, because awakening is not just about becoming more efficient. Awakening is asking, who am I becoming? And did I choose this path? Or was this path installed in me? See, that's the difference between discipline and programming. You see, discipline serves your purpose. Programming serves somebody else's system.
Their life is work. They don't have a life outside of work. My life became so dull so quickly when I fell into the hustle culture trap, because all I was thinking about is work, 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 money, 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 don't eat, don't sleep, repeat every single day. And I realized, the reason why hustle culture doesn't work, and the reason why it's just a whole facade, is because it's built for people who don't have a life outside of kind of people at work that you always say, like, what's job so serious for? Like, you do one little minor thing and they're so mad, they're micromanaging you. It's because their life is work. They don't have a life outside of work. And it made me realize as soon as I started living my life as well as working, you know the saying, work hard, play hard. As soon as I took that seriously, that saying, my life became so much more amazing. And it's funny because I made so much more money. I'm telling you, the people who love hustle culture, it's because they don't have a life outside of their work, outside of their business. The ones who actually have a life outside of work, they don't have to hate their whole life work. They can have a balance.
That's the part people do not want to admit. Some people don't love the grind. They fear the silence. Because when a laptop closes, when the phone goes down, when the noise stops, they have to sit with themselves. And some people cannot do that, so they stay busy. Busy enough not to feel, busy enough not to think, busy enough not to deal with the emptiness. And the world rewards that. The world will call you disciplined when you're avoiding yourself. The world will call you successful when your spirit is starving. The world will clap while you disappear behind your own ambition. That's why the wolf has to step outside of the noise. Because not every grind is growth. Sometimes the grind is just a socially acceptable way to run from your own life. Work hard. Build something. But do not use work as a hiding place, because eventually the thing you refuse to face will collect interest, and it will come back for a payment.
Black people are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to wealth, when it comes to home ownership, when it comes to stocks. Why would you have a main focus and study that hustle culture is bad for Black people who have the least amount of money out of anybody? Have you ever heard hustle culture is bad for white people who's on Wall Street sniffing coke just to stay up for 20 hours a day? They hustling like a motherfucker. Silicon Valley, when they running around doing all this shit, Mark Zuckerberg probably met with 300, 400 people in 3 weeks to try to raise money. Is that hustling? Did they ever discourage him and say, the hustle culture, that's going to kill you? That's bad for you. Don't worry about that.
Now, this is where the conversation gets very, very uncomfortable, because yes, hustle culture, it can become toxic. But we also have to ask, who gets told to slow down? Who gets told ambition is dangerous? Who gets told peace is more important than ownership? Because it's real suspicious when the people with the least are told not to grind, while the people with the most build entire empires through obsession, sacrifice, networking, pressure, nonstop motion. So no, I'm not here to tell people in survival mode, just relax. Oh, that's irresponsible. If you're broke, you need to hustle. If your family needs you, hustle. If you're trying to escape a system that was designed to keep you dependent, you need to hustle. But hustle with consciousness. Don't hustle to impress people. Don't hustle to become a slave with nicer shoes. Don't hustle just to copy the same people who are spiritually dead. Hustle to get free. There's a difference between building a life and being consumed by one. The system wants you exhausted either way, either broke and dependent or rich and owned. The real rebellion is becoming neither.
I've seen this in every entrepreneur, every single entrepreneur that makes it and then like kind of goes to the other side. It's this whole like hustle, 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 fight, 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 hustle, go get it, go, go, go. It's not the way to do it. It's just not worth it. That's the real thing. You could do it that way. You will definitely make more money. You will be more quote unquote successful, but you will live a shorter life. You will be unhappy. You will be less fulfilled, and you're not going to focus on the right thing.
That's the warning, because you can win the game and still lose yourself. You can make the money. You can get the followers. You can build the business. You can prove everybody wrong and still wake up one day realizing you became the kind of person you were trying to escape. That's the part hustle culture never puts into the motivational videos. They show you the car. They show you the house. They show you the watch. They don't show you the man who can't sleep. They don't show you the woman who can't trust anybody. They don't show you the family who only gets the leftover version of you. They don't show you the person who has everything but peace. And that's why you have to define success before the world defines it for you. Because if you don't, the machine will hand you a definition. It certainly will every single time. And that definition will always require you to give more of yourself than you can afford. Real success is not just having more. Real success is still being whole when you get there.
I think young men need to know that, hey, it's okay for you to sit down and to read and have a cigar and to chill and to think. Because I guarantee if you're in the weight room, pumping out all these reps and running on the machine, and then you're going into the cubicle and you flip open a computer and you're not thinking, you're learning, you're taking in, but you're not meditating on stuff and you're not thinking.
That right there is the piece that most people are missing. Thinking, not scrolling, not reacting, not consuming podcasts all day, not talking in endless information and calling it growth. Thinking, sitting with something long enough for it to become wisdom. Because a lot of people are collecting information, but they're not developing understanding. They're listening to everybody else's voice so much they can't hear their own. That is another part of the hustle trap. Move fast, consume more, produce more, post more, learn more, earn more, but never be still long enough to ask, what do I actually believe? What do I actually want? What kind of man am I becoming? That's why stillness is dangerous to the system, because a woman who can think cannot be easily programmed. A man who can sit with himself cannot be easily controlled. A woman who knows what she values cannot be easily purchased. See, the machine wants movement without awareness. The wolf moves with intention. So here's the truth. Hustle is not the enemy, no. Unconscious hustle is the enemy. Discipline is not the problem. The problem is when discipline becomes a mask for fear. Ambition is not the problem. The problem is when ambition becomes your identity. Money is not the problem. The problem is when money becomes your God. Hey, work hard, build, create, get your money. Take care of your people. Escape survival mode. But do not let the system turn you into a machine with a bank account. Because freedom is not just having more money. Freedom is having your time. Freedom is having your health, having your mind, your relationships. Freedom is having your peace, your ability to stop and still know who you are. That's the part hustle culture never teaches. It simply teaches you how to chase, but it doesn't teach you how to be free. And that is why the wolf has to step outside of the noise, because the goal was never to become the hardest working prisoner. The goal is to get out of the cage. I'm Tony Victory, A Wolf Uncaged. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next time, peace. If you found something in this video that sparked a thought, shifted your perspective, or just made you feel more grounded, consider showing some love by buying me a coffee. It helps fuel the channel, keeps the uploads coming, and lets me know that the content matters to you. The link's right below in the description or on my channel banner. No pressure. Just appreciation if you're moved to support. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I am Tony Victory, A Wolf Uncaged. Thank you. Peace.